2024 was the year of the miraculous for the Block Church. More than we could have asked, thought, or imagined. He just keeps getting better. 2024 was clear proof of his love for us as a church, for our city, and for us individually. 2024 was a year marked by community, and some of our biggest moments happened in the spring. Block guys had their annual retreat, their most powerful yet. That was followed by fasting season, when we banded together to sacrifice the flesh in order to seek the face of God. We capped that off with our Paid It All Easter services, when we reflected on all the sin God has paid for in our lives. Also in March, we launched our young adults ministry. This has been one of the most fruitful, life-altering ministries we have seen in our church, providing a space for a generation to gather and grow in their relationships with each other, and most importantly, with Jesus. The Block Youth had their lock-in with lots of fun, laughter, and learning. Throughout this whole year, Block groups allowed hundreds of people to get rooted in community with activities like playing sports to groups that focused on healing. In the fall, we welcomed more people into our TBC family as adopted members. Over the whole year, we saw hundreds of salvations and welcomed over 1,000 guests. We know there's no better way to grow than by serving together. So we celebrated our amazing Block teams with Team Night in May and Block Fest in September. To the thousands of you who serve on Block teams, thank you so much for your passion and your dedication to serving. We love you, and we wouldn't be able to do any of this without you. We furthered our mission to revive every block by serving our communities through monthly Serve Saturday efforts across all of our locations and neighborhoods. The Block cares outreaches to youth in Port Richmond and fun events like Trunk or Treat and Cocoa and Carols. You gave thousands and thousands of dollars back through our church to your city and beyond, in benevolence, church planting, global missions, and more. Most notably, 2024 was a year defined by growth. The year was held together by strong biblical preaching from our lead pastors on our staff, and guest preachers. One incredible time was our night of Pentecost, led by guest Joel Scrivener. So many people were activated in the Holy Spirit that night, and what we witnessed, we will never forget. We also wound up baptizing hundreds of people this year, including 100 people in one day, the most our church has ever seen. More growth was seen in May when the Block School of Leadership class of 2024 graduated, blessing our church with 4 new ministers and 2 new staff members. Speaking of staff, did you know we had a few changes? 3 of our 5 locations got new location pastors, with longtime members of our TBC community stepping into fresh roles in September. Also in September, we celebrated 10 years as a church with an action-packed anniversary weekend featuring a Block Builders Gala, outreach in Kensington, and, of course, Infinite at the Fillmore. 10 years as a church is crazy. Ready for 10 more? We are, especially after wrapping our Here to Stay campaign in December. Thank you to everyone who gave to being here to stay so we can continue our mission to revive every block. Because of your generosity, we've been able to secure the future of our Port Richmond and Northeast locations. We knew we were forgetting something. We bought a building. In May, we announced we were buying 9768 Marie Road in the Northeast. We closed in July and wound up hosting services in November after we were kicked out of our former venue last minute. We were able to host services in our new multi-purpose space that next week. Won't God do it? He knew exactly what we were going to need and made a way for us. Through the end of the year, we continued renovations on the building, moved out of our old HQ in Port Richmond, and officially fully moved into our Northeast building as our new headquarters, just in time for our Christmas Eve services. What more does God have for us in 2025? More miracles, more salvations, more life change, more. And we're ready.